Good evening. I'm Senator Norm Coleman, National Chairman of the Republican Jewish Coalition. Winston Churchill once said, "If the people have the heart of the lion, and I simply have the luck to give the roar." I give the roar for a growing Republican base that stands strongly in support of Israel. Our CEO, Matt Brooks, at the Republican convention asked the crowd, "Who stands with Israel?" And there was a huge roar. That line couldn't be asked at a Democrat gathering, at a Democrat convention. Chuck Schumer, the showman, never mentioned Israel in his remarks at the Democrat convention. As I say this, I say it, though, one, with a sense of pride, but also a sense of deep concern. So that today, 83% of Republicans strongly support Israel, 33% of Democrats. A majority of Americans, there's a Pew poll in April and in March, and a Gallup poll in April, in which a majority of Americans today have an unfavorable view of Israel. So I say this saying we have a challenge. I want all Americans to stand in support of Israel. And the most telling stat may be that baby boomers, my generation, 85% of us stand strong in support of Israel. And yet, baby boomers, give it a round of applause. I was at Woodstock, and I did inhale, by the way. But Gen Z, a majority of Gen Z have an unfavorable impression of Israel. And my friends, I think the reason for that is that we're losing the digital war. Okay, they're getting their information from TikTok and whatever it is, and we're losing that war. When you think about it, the masters of the universe are Jews. You know, we've got Altman and AI, we got Zuckerberg, we got Sergey Brin, we got the group across the board. Jan Combs, founded WhatsApp. It's us. And we have to figure out a way to win the digital battle. Amelia, we got to get our digital sneakers on so that the truth can prevail over the lies. And when we do that, the future of Israel will be stronger because a majority of all Americans will support Israel. We'll make that happen. We have to make it happen. Thank you. Baruch Hashem. Thank you.
Thank you, Senator Coleman. As he had mentioned, I was fortunate enough to give an address at the Republican National Convention in Milwaukee this year. I held up a now famous Trump kippah to a crowd of 20,000 people, and I said, "Who stands with Israel?" And the place literally erupted. Spontaneously, people had Israeli flags. That's the face of the Republican Party. But because that's the face of the Republican Party, and because we have the most pro-Israel president ever in history in Donald J. Trump, I can stand before you today, along with Senator Coleman, to say that we proudly represent the pro-Israel party. But we can't turn our backs on what's happening. And one of the things that I want to raise with you today is that we have an obligation to be vigilant, because the cancer that has taken over the Democratic Party with the woke progressive left, with Bernie Sanders, AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rashida Tlaib, and the protesters on the college campuses, we're starting to see the beginning cells of that cancer start to take hold in the Republican Party, and we cannot allow that to happen. The Republican Party has got to combat the rise of neo-isolationism in our party. Those voices on the woke right have got to know that if you are MAGA, you are also pro-Israel. Donald Trump is the definition of MAGA. Donald Trump is the most pro-Israel president in history. Our party is pro-Israel. And if you want to try and argue that Israel is not an ally and Israel is a liability, well, let me just tell you, you're going to have to go through the Republican Jewish Coalition first. And so that is a battle to come, and I just wanted to say a special thanks to Josh and Amelia and Alex and the JNS team for allowing us the opportunity to be here. We've got a great delegation from our board and our major supporters from the RJC. Thank you for making the trip. Have a great conference. Thank you all for having us.